land of the free and home to an astronomical amount of mass shootings. So I went to the world's largest gun show in Tulsa, Oklahoma to investigate our unique obsession with guns. The bounty was plentiful. Small guns, big guns, Kamala clips, katanas for some reason, and more Nazi swag than Harlan Crow's guest bathroom. 11 acres of guns. Seems weird to use acreage as a measurement of guns, but this is America. Barry, why are you here today?
America.
You're here because America ...
Yes, guns.
I feel like that's an American haiku. Little E.E. Cummings over here. What are you looking forward to?
Relaxation and being able to look at guns free.
That's relaxing to you. It's
Yes.
sort of like your bonsai tree is looking at an array of guns. Makes you zen.
Makes me feel better.
And this guy might as well have been at a meditation retreat because they were selling guns everywhere, including the parking lot. So you're gonna hopefully sell that inside?
Yes.
Do you need a license? Can you just kind of go into the gun show and
You try to find somebody that wants to buy it, or you find what you want to buy.
then if somebody's like, I'm interested, I'll buy it, then what do you do?
First of all, you kind of like look them over.
Is that what a background check is here in Tulsa?
I mean, this isn't where people are going to come to maliciously get guns, mostly.
Why not? I guess if I was like, I need to get a gun quick to do bad shit, this is actually exactly where I would come. How much is that going for?
About 900.
What if I came up there and was like, I don't know, I've had a little bit of a rough day. My wife just broke up with me. I'm feeling a little on edge. How much for your gun?
Well, I ain't gonna sell it to somebody that looks stupid, or looks like he's like crazy as shit,
What if I say the words of somebody who's crazy as shit, but I look composed like I do right now?
I'd probably sell it to you.
While the selection of firearms was diverse, these days there's only one real star of the gun show. What are you hoping to see?
A couple AR-15s, maybe some tactical ones. I just want to add to it, make
Yeah.
it more tactical, make it have some lasers or something.
Why is the AR-15 such a good gun?
It's just cool.
A lot of people use them for day-to-day.
There's a lot of day-to-day AR-15 usage.
I have AR style, but I use that for hog hunting.
Hog hunting.
Hog.
I got one set up for hog hunting.
Squirrels, deer, wild hogs.
You're killing wild hogs too?
We have had them threaten us, but
You've been threatened by pigs?
my dad has.
Why do you think the AR-15 is seen as scary?
Because it looks like a military weapon.
Do you think it's scary because it kills a lot of children?
The weapon itself doesn't kill the children. It's the person wielding the weapon.
Why do they tend to use that weapon in particular?
Because in media, it's portrayed that way.
Well, no, but in schools, it happens that way. Was I misunderstanding this? If AR-15s aren't the real threat in America, what is?
Look up bicycle accidents. Look up trampoline accidents.
Coyotes.
Bears.
Acid attacks.
Acid attacks. Are there mass acid attacks?
I wouldn't say mass, but they do happen.
Statistically, there are more murders committed in this country every year with hammers, baseball bats, and other blunt force objects than any handgun, rifle, shotgun combined.
Well, that statistic can't be correct.
Automobile accidents, falls, poison.
2x4s, heavy books,
2x4s.
a statue sitting on your table.
Right. It seems like we should be looking at all murder weapons from the game of Clue and then get to the other lower level ones like the AR-15. The more I talked to these people, the more I wondered if all of this tactical shit has always been a part of gun culture.
That's a new thing.
That's new.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
I went to Montana to talk to Ryan Bussey, who spent 25 years in the gun industry, but now advocates for gun safety.
I'm deeply troubled by the firearms culture that's emerged in and around guns in our country now. It mirrors much of our political radicalization and transformation as a country. The industry itself, prior to about 2005 or 2006, would not allow any kind of tactical gear, hardly any AR-15s, no bulletproof vests, no helmets in its own trade shows. It seemed like the industry understood that propagating that kind of thing would lead to very bad shit.
You bring an AR-15 to a gun show in 2009 and you're a weirdo?
Yeah, just 2008 and 2009 is when the weirdo stuff starts wearing off, but yeah, you're a weirdo then. Now it's commonplace, now it's ubiquitous.
But they used to be weirdos.
They used to be weirdos, yeah.
And AR, I know a lot of liberals think AR stands for assault rifle, and they're wrong.
Correct.
It stands for, are you looking at my small penis? Is that right?
It stands for Armalot Rifle, which is the first company that developed it.
Armalite rifle.
Yes.
Yes. Liberals see the AR-15 and tend to think it's a weapon of war, and it feels like I go to a gun show and people say it's for hunting, it's for sport. Who's right?
All you have to do is look at the industry's own marketing. The industry sells it as an offensive weapon of war.
They're starting to market towards kids, right?
Yeah, so, guns have long been marketed to kids. Target guns, trying to get kids involved in the shooting sports and in hunting. But what's different now is that's being marketed to kids through things like the JR-15, the Junior 15, not the AR-15, the Junior 15. It's a shrunken down kids version of an AR-15, yeah.
A JR-15, is that so little kids can stand up to government overreach?
If you're worried about child grooming, here's your child grooming.
This is how gun manufacturers are reaching out to the public.
Here you got the marketing for the JR-15 to little kids. Check that out.
Oh, great. So we have pacifiers and a skull.
Tactical pacifier.
Tactical pacifier. Cute. Yeah, my 2.5-year-old would be drawn to that.
This is a magazine cover. You have the vicious skateboard attacker and the glorious father defending his terribly afflicted family.
Was that one in case Tony Hawk goes crazy?
Yes.
Honey, get the sword. Tony Hawk's here.
So this is Spike's tactical ad. It was a 2018 huge ad at the industry trade show. Guys in jeans, t-shirts, backwards ball cap, AR-15, staring down the protesters. Here you have Kyle Rittenhouse, jeans, backwards ball cap, t-shirt, AR-15, shooting the protesters.
This is 2 years apart?
2 years apart. The marketing works. I don't know how, if you can't draw a direct line between those two things, I can't help you.
What are steps we can take to limit the number of mass shootings with weapons like the AR-15?
I think, like our politics, a lot of this is about voluntary social norms. Yes, legislation needs to be instituted to help reinforce some of these norms, but some of this is going to be on us.
That's right, it is on us. So it shouldn't be too hard for all of us to come together and agree on what weapons should and should not be owned by the average civilian. Should we be able to buy tanks?
You betcha.
Yeah?
You betcha.
If tanks are okay, should we each be able to have an Apache helicopter? There should be a line of the things that are available.
Well, maybe we shouldn't go around with nuclear bombs strapped to our backs.
That's the line.
But
you don't have to but. You don't have to. We had nuclear bombs. We were agreeing. Looks like we've still got some figuring out to do, America.